Just a little inside scoop on how I am creating this balloon dress for any of the students or people that I am mentoring. I have showed you guys how to do the foundation, which is taking the long 260 balloons and making the patterns of the two bubbles on it, and you continue that all the way around the pinch twists. And what we're going to do is go ahead and get started. I want the foundation of the dress to be the color red because I am going to wear this, and the bubbles are going to be green. So this doesn't have a seam in the back, but just pretend that it does. And I'm just going to give you guys a little preview of how to get started making a balloon dress. I won't show it to you in its conclusion because it'll take too much time. However, let's go ahead and get started. So I've got my balloon, secured inside this bubble right here. And I'm going to take it across like that. And I am going to make a 1/2 inch bubble because I do not want my bubbles to be really big of the green. And then I'm going to do about a 1 inch bubble and twist it under that green, just like that. You repeat it until you have to come right back full circle, pinch, and twist it. And once you wrap it around that green bubble one time, it is already locked in. And you just simply continue with that same pattern. And I'm sorry that my mannequin broke on me. But there you see, we're going to go all the way around. And I just wanted to show you the foundation of it all. Because once you have the foundation of a thing established, then you will find good success. If the foundation of something is not laid properly, you won't find good success. So once you have properly prepared to do things consistently, see how that pattern is coming all the way across? And then as I continue to go down each row, the bubbles, the red bubbles, are going to change in size because I want to create a consistent pattern. Okay, I'm just going to turn it around. This is going to be the front. But for, I believe, the first 3 rows, I am going to make them the same size. And as it gets small, as it goes down, I'm going to make them a little smaller because I want to form the shape so that it fits a little snug and kind of hugs my curves. Because I got curves, honey. Yes. Thank God for the curves. So you want to keep your balloons symmetrical, the same size. You want your bubbles to remain symmetrical, and for the most part, sometimes when you run out of air and your balloon gets a little tight, just pop it off and have other balloons available, readily available. So these balloons have a good portion of air left on the end. Most times it will make it around, but the more you practice, the better knowledge you will obtain, and the more you will know what you need to do. So I am just going all the way around, and you can always go back and address anything that does not meet your standards, doesn't look the way you would like it to. You can adjust those little hiccups and see my balloon is getting really, really tight. So I'm trying to make it to the next 3 bubbles if I can, because that will be the end. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen, so I'm going to pop this and not let all of the air out, but just a little air out, because I only have like 3 more bubbles to go. 1, 2, and 3. You want to use your eye-hand coordination at all times to make the proper judgment while you're making these balloons. Now, I am no expert at doing it, but I do have experience. And I am still learning, but I wanted to just share because it's Christmas time. And if there's someone out there that is trusting God for multiple streams of income, I know I'm not a millionaire, and I want to pass on the gifts that God gave me. Okay, so we're at the last bubble, and this is where you want to make this final red bubble. You're only twisting the red bubble and just twisting it up in there and finishing it off. So you want to pinch it and just wrap it around. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is pop it off and release the air out, and just go ahead and wrap it up inside of that last bubble, because you want all of them to kiss each other. You can always go back and clean this up and fix it up, meaning sizing. Sizing and proportions are very important when you are creating balloon dresses. And so there you have it, guys. I just wanted to jump on here and encourage someone. I am starting at the waist and not up top at the bust as I normally would, because I'm not all that confident in how it's gonna fit. Nevertheless, it's going to fit me because I measured myself by using the balloons as I made as I made my measurement to be solid as I was making these bubbles on the strands of the 260s. And as I continue to make the rows, each individual row, and pattern, just as you see it around the waist of this mannequin, I measured it around my waist. And so I got a concise measurement that makes me comfortable in knowing that once I take it off of this mannequin and I step into it, it's going to fit me. And underneath of my dress, I'm going to wear a tutu. So my dress should come down to about my knee because I'm starting from here down. Up the top, I'm going to design it so that it has cute little straps, just like my cute little muse. So my dress is going to resemble that. So I am going to have straps and a crisscross in the back. So I want you guys to get excited with me, Annie the Kinder Clown, and practice with me. And once I get my new mannequin, then I'll come on one day and I'll show you a better way of how to execute this dress. Now I want to show you a second row. There's no seam in the back of this mannequin, but you have to make an invisible seam, if you will. And we're going to say, for example, that this is the middle because that's the last balloon that I tied up in there. And actually, I'm sorry, I have this as my marker. So for the next row of balloons, guys, let me just show you. I am going to start right here. I have ample enough air on the end, and we're just going to go ahead and make a 1/2-inch bubble and make an ear twist with 2 bubbles just like these. In case one bubble pops, you have a second bubble to secure that bubble. You see that? So with this second row, I have left a significant amount of air out. As I am going around this balloon, I'm going to feed it inside that one bubble and just go ahead and get started. You're making 1/2-inch bubbles with the green and about 1 inch with the red. You're going to make a 1/2-inch bubble by pinching it, twisting, pinch, twist. You're not squeezing the air out because the idea is to allow the air to come out automatically. So we don't want to release the air out of the balloon. You're just going to stay consistent until you come right back to the end of this bubble, and then I will show you. The foundation of it all, guys, is what this video is all about, because once you have a firm foundation on how to execute making balloon dresses or doing anything, you can certainly expect to achieve, but you got to use the 3 P's: practice, patience, and prayer. And again, I do apologize if the quality of this tutorial is not all you would like it to be, but I'm just doing the best I can because my mannequin broke, and I just had a heart to jump on here and share with you guys how I have been making those beautiful dresses. Many people ask me, how did you learn to make the dresses? Practice, prayer, and patience. I put a lot of time in practicing. Once again, see the air? is just slowly going out. Continue to be consistent with your bubbles as you go around. 1/2-inch bubble with the green, pinch, twist. A 1-inch bubble with the red. And so with this particular balloon, the red one that's going around, it looks like it may possibly make it without me having to break it or add any additional balloon to it, but we're not there yet. Are we there yet? Almost. And again, these are wearable balloons. You don't want to twist it too many times because then you make the green balloon more firm. And that's not what you want, because you want the green balloons to still have a good significant amount of air. I inflated them with about 5 inches of air remaining on the end. Now, during the time of COVID is when I learned how to execute making balloons by watching Qualitex Balloon Company with one of their presenters who taught in their convention, online balloon convention, Crystal Yee. And Crystal Yee had a mannequin, which is a dress form, that she used. And I'm telling you, she took us step by step, laying the foundation. And once I understood the foundation of it all, I was able to independently, in my private time, make the goal of making dresses. And I started off with a little mannequin that was about 18 to 20 inches tall. So you want to go back and clean this up, guys, whenever you can. But you will see, it's not that big a deal. Balloons are soft and pliable the same way that God wants us to be. I am on here as a part of the celebration of Jesus' birth. That's what it's all about for me. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Verse 17. So I want to share with you guys that this is one of the greatest birthdays of all. We wait until the finale of the entire year. We've got January, February, March, April, May, June, and July. August, September, October, November, December. 12 months of the year as we teach the children. Now, I want to share with you guys, just a little pause for a second. You see how nice and firm this balloon is becoming? When I put this dress on, it's going to fit. It's no longer dangling down and hanging off like that. It's now getting some form to it. And that's what you do in the hands of God. If you allow him to make you who he wants you to be, shape your mind, your thoughts, you'll understand your purpose. And your purpose in life should be to teach, encourage, and empower other people. Say that. Teach, encourage, and empower other people. Because what's the sense in not sharing your gifts? Nobody can do it like you can anyway. Who cares if they get thousands of likes or attention? You know your purpose and you know your destiny. So stick with what your vision is for you. Because God knows the plans that He has for you. Plans to prosper you and plans to make you great. He knows. I've got to pop this a little, guys, because it's not going to make it. I have 2 more bubbles. I'm going to let a little air out and just tie it because I want it to be soft and pliable. See how soft it is? So we've got to make a bubble here and a bubble here, and then we'll be done. Okay? So know the plans and purpose that God has ordained for your life. Don't try and be anything or anyone else except who God ordained you to be. So I've got to pop that bubble, and then I'm just simply, I'm not going to tie. I've got to reinflate it. When you run into those little snags, you have to be on top of it. Hold on to that balloon. But if you are going to be doing this, I would say just add another balloon and just get whatever bubble you need out of it to make it a success. So I'm just going to tie it in to that last bubble and twist it around without tying it on the end. Guys, this is the foundation of it all. You see, when I first started making this dress, it was not as proportioned as it is now. Now it is much more proportioned than it was when we started. So remember your mark. This is your mark. As we say, get on your mark, get set, ready, go! Stay tuned for the reveal.